name is Jessamyn West, and I'm a community moderator at metafilter.com. I travel around the country doing sort of public speaking kind of stuff about what I do in my tiny town, because there's not a lot of people who both work with small rural libraries and as well have a technical background and as well can travel to tell other people about it. So I speak nationally and internationally about those things, how you can use 2.0 technology to help bridge the digital divide, how people who are just getting online in 2008, how that's different for them than when we got online in 1988, something like that. I grew up in a small town. Moved to Seattle, and was there in the 90s, which was what a lot of people my age were doing. And I had a job at the time working for an internet service provider at around the time I bought a place in Vermont. And so for about 2 years, I was actually bi-coastal, schlepping my stuff across the country. And I did tech support over email, so I could set up in my little house in central Vermont with my then dial-up connection, but using instant messenger and being able to use technology sort of on my computer in order to stay in touch with the office in Seattle. And that was great. Like, it enabled me to spend half the year in Vermont fixing my barn, and then the other half in Seattle interacting actually in person with folks. And then I guess 6 years ago, I moved full-time to Vermont. Basically, the combination of a laptop that I can connect to the internet, however that works. And it doesn't just mean dialing up from home. It can mean at the internet cafe. It can mean at the airport. It can mean with my wireless card. It can mean using my handheld sort of PDA to connect to wireless, having my cell phone and having people text me. And web tools are now advanced to the point where they're expecting that. And so there's been this convergence of more freely available sort of internet in the air, combined with receivers that catch that and enable you to actually interact with your world, your people, your job. I mean, for me, it's my family. All my family's online. My mom is on Twitter, my sister's on Twitter, my father uses Skype. He doesn't even know he's using instant messenger, but he'll type and be like, "You home?" And then he'll call me on the telephone. But that sort of combination of things, plus the ubiquity that the people in your life, even if they're not kind of always on plugged in, have access to the internet, know where it is. And so I can visit people in other rural areas and usually be able to connect from their home. And so a lot of times, I'll come to somebody's house like I did last night and be like, okay, I have to check my web for 20 minutes and just go into my little office, invisible office, and do my things on my laptop, check my messages on my cell phone. And it's really changed. It used to be you'd go home and you'd check your messages at your home. Who wrote on the whiteboard, who called me on my phone that lives on the desk. And now, checking it is as easy as looking at your screen, whatever that is, and doing whatever you need to do. And then you put your screen away and then you're doing your other stuff. I think it's really blurred the work/life boundary, which for me is excellent. I know for a lot of other people, that's the beginning of the end, But you're always at work. And I'm like, but I love my job. Of course I'm always at work. Like, I'm always at work, but I'm always living my life, too. My work is just, they're the same. And so that's really, watching that slowly tumble into Vermont, where that was my reality in Seattle back in 96, 97, 98, has been gratifying, although there's a lot of gloomy, doomy sort of people being like, oh, I don't know what that's going to be like. And I'm sort of the positive but not wide-eyed cheerleader for the fact that I think that's actually a good thing. And it's helpful for me personally and enables me to have a job, and I live in a town of 3,000 people to whom I can't explain what I do at all. I'm going to just flip this over and then checks arrive in my, in my bank account, and that's what I do for a living.